This sounds like extremely good news when it comes to people who have to take insulin. It's Rob and Liz, his morning crew on his radio, because it looks like there is an extremely cheaper version now that's coming to Walmart.
Yeah, these insulin pens, and I know this. My mom has to take insulin every day, and I know how expensive it has been. It's somewhere like $300 to $600 for 5 pens.
Really?
Right.
And you have to do that every day.
Yes, she has to take, and some people have to take, I think, multiple shots of insulin. So Walmart has their own brand, and it's called Rely On. And so they're saying that it's going to be $73 per vial or $86 for those pens. And I think there's multiple pens.
So that's like,
in there.
If it's 300, that's like 75% savings.
It's huge. I mean, people that do have to take insulin every single day, think of the money it's going to save them in the long run if they do this.
Wow.
It's incredible.
Wonder how insurance helps with that.
Yeah, see, I don't know where insurance comes in. I know insurance came in for my mom, and so she wasn't having to pay, $300 to $600 for every time she went to pick up her.
Still pretty expensive, though, for a lot of people.
Right, but I know medication prices are, I don't even understand. She had one medication that was $700 and something before insurance, and she paid about $30 after. It's like, what in the world?
You scratch your head, don't you? Yeah.
I don't get it. I understand the research and everything that goes into it, but wow.
Well, good news for those who need insulin.
Definitely.
And they can get a little cheaper.
Yeah.
Which is really, really good.
Rob and Liz, his morning crew.
I really think this is a wonderful opportunity. You get out this summer with his radio and win some Dollywood tickets and a backyard movie kit with a popcorn maker. Backyard movie kit, popcorn maker, Dollywood tickets. Your summer's complete.
Yeah, and I love that you're probably thinking, where can we take, because I see these Facebook posts or social media posts all the time, where can we take the kids for a day trip? Dollywood.
Yeah.
Yeah, do it on us.
Because you're going to win the tickets.
Exactly. So
get out.
Wait, that's not. It is nice, though, when it comes to Dollywood. Get out to Dollywood, right? 800-447-7234. Text the word outside. We'll send you the link. You get registered, and we're giving away these tickets and the backyard movie kit. We're doing this all summer long, so you can get in just the one time, and it keeps you going all summer long. Text again the word outside, 800-447-7234.
HisRadio.com. If you're listening on the app, just tap on the My His Radio app.
Rob and Liz, his morning crew.
Something huge happens every 4th of July, and it has nothing to do with fireworks. His morning crew with Rob and Liz, his radio.
Has everything to do with hot dogs and the Nathan hot dog eating contest. And if you know Joey Chestnut, you're a fan of this hot dog eating contest. The guy has won it, 13? Well, 5 straight years.
Okay.
And 13 out of the 14, he's won this competition. 75 hot dogs, I think.
Yeah, legendary. And have you ever watched it? Have you ever seen this happen?
Well, I might watch because it's on ESPN this year.
Yeah, which it's not normally.
ESPN.
I mean,
a hot dog eating contest on ESPN. Sports coverage?
They call it a sport. They call extreme eating a sport.
Wow. Okay. Well, Joey Chestnut, he's back. Mickey Sudu is the one who has won in the women's competition for years.
I've watched her, too.
She's pregnant. She's not in.
Imagine.
So the women's competition part of this hot dog eating contest in Brooklyn on Sunday, 4th of July, is wide open. So Joey Chestnut, he might win again. And now we'll see who the new champion will be for the women's competition of this hot dog eating contest thing.
It is so gross to watch. It is gross to watch. You've seen it?
Oh yeah, you see it on YouTube and stuff.
Because our family, they think it's funny, so they always put it on while we're getting ready for whatever we're doing on 4th of July.
Well, 11 o'clock ESPN.
Yeah.
On Sunday.
Yeah.
You get to see it.
I like just one. Thanks.
Just one hot dog?
Just one hot dog.
Hey, well, you win.
Rob and Liz, his morning crew.
What are we going to watch this weekend? His morning crew with Rob and Liz, because it's a holiday. Got to be some holiday movies, right?
Oh, you get into that kind of stuff?
Actually, I do.
Really?
I
you have
do.
to sit down and watch like a 4th of July movie?
Well, I mean, if there's one on, I will definitely stop and watch. Yeah, if it's raining outside or,
I
at
guess
night.
it makes sense.
Yeah.
I mean, they've got this big list of 4th of July movies.
Yeah.
I mean, some of them are retro, like National Treasure. I can get into that.
Yeah, I
Air
like that
Force
one.
One, Top Gun, The Sandlot's on the list, Forrest Gump, Independence Day.
Yeah.
All that stuff is on the list of movies that are like go to and watch.
Yeah. I like The Patriot with Mel Gibson. I love that one. It was filmed, I think, around the Carolinas and Georgia. At least parts of it were. So that's kind of cool.
Cowpens, right? Cowpens, South Carolina?
I think so, but there were some other places that they may
Folly
have filmed.
Beach?
I don't know about
Myrtle
Folly
Beach?
I don't know.
Did they go on the Ferris wheel?
That would have been funny.
Yeah, that would have been, right?
Rob and Liz, his morning crew.
Welcome to Lizz's Ugly Bakery. It might not look great, but it tastes amazing. And since the 4th of July is coming up this weekend, of course, it is going to be themed on the 4th of July.
Had to be.
Our intern's already digging in. He's taking like 18,000 bites of this thing.
Awesome! Yeah, I made a red, white, and blue ice cream cake. Like it literally looks like the flag.
Wait a minute. That's ice cream?
So that's cake. The red.
Oh, there is
parts,
cake in it.
Yes, there's
All right.
the red and the blue parts of the cake are actual cake. In the middle, the white, that's vanilla ice cream.
Okay.
And then a whipped cream frosting. And then I handmade some white chocolate stars to put on top to decorate. And then
It looks good. Usually these things turn out,
not so great.
it looks like a Pinterest fail, but not today.
Exactly.
It looks pretty good. You'll see it on the blog, by the way. So go to hisradio.com and click on Rob and Liz. You'll see the entire recipe right there, how she made it.
Yeah, it was it's actually easy. There's a lot of steps, but it is an easier recipe to make because you can make your own ice cream. I chose not to.
Well, now to see how it tastes.
Yeah.
So for that, we turn to Jake and TJ, our video producers
Right.
at His Radio. Jake, take it away. How's it taste?
Okay, so I am absolutely in love with this. I'm gonna look right at the camera when I say it too. I almost have my entire plate gone, like eaten.
You've already eaten the
He's
whole
already-
thing?
Pretty much.
When it's cake,
I'm very impressed with this. I love it.
Thank
10
you.
out of 10.
Thank you.
10 out of 10.
That's
Okay,
the first
there you
time
go.
ever.
Jake, a 10 out of 10. He's in love with it.
Okay.
Let's check in with TJ.
So, I'm not a huge fan of whipped cream or anything like that.
Good grief. Good grief.
What kind of? You said you didn't make the ice cream.
No, I did not make the ice cream.
What kind was it?
Just
Do you remember?
Vanilla bean
From what brand?
pet.
Oh, okay. Okay, yeah, that's
Okay.
that's the problem.
Okay. Oh.
It's
Oh, no.
supposed to be Breyers.
Is it really?
Yes.
Are you saying, let me see if we get this right from
Okay.
TJ. TJ, are you saying if the ice cream was Breyers, you'd be all in on this cake?
Maybe.
Maybe.
I never get. How
It's
did
all
your
right.
mom ever make you happy? I just can't.
Roller meat.
Roller meat.
right?
Roller meat.
And Breyer's ice cream. Okay.
Can I
So,
try it?
Yeah,
Can I
go
try?
ahead.
Here
I
we
hook a
go.
bite too.
Wow.
I just did happy dance.
Listen, this is an 11 out of 10. It's an 11
no.
out of 10.
Just got a Jimmy or something down in my throat.
Oh, there you go. Liz's Ugly Bakery. Check it out online, hisradio.com, Rob and Liz blog.
Rob and Liz, his morning crew.
This is a very interesting delivery of a baby. It's
Right.
Rob and Liz, his morning crew on his radio. When I say delivery, I mean birth.
Oh, right.
Yeah. I'm thinking, no, we're not Ubering or
No, nothing like
Amazon
that.
Prime is not coming and delivering a baby.
No, not at all.
A 9-year-old is.
A 9-year-old just happened to be there. Mom goes into labor unexpectedly, and her name is Kayla, and she had to help deliver her own baby sister.
Isn't that crazy?
It's
At
wild.
9 years old, did a great job.
Yeah. The mom had called her husband and said, "You need to get home. I'm in labor right now." What happens? Of course, he gets stuck in traffic.
The dad does.
Yeah.
Trying to get home.
To get her and get to the hospital, I suppose. Thought you had a little more time, but second, third, fourth babies, they come along a little quicker sometimes.
This is such a sweet moment for them because they've gone through a lot. I mean, she's holding the baby so tight.
Yeah.
They had like 3 miscarriages.
Yeah, in between Akayla and this baby.
I know, yeah. And so sweet that she delivered her own baby sister.
I mean, sisters already have this incredible bond, but I feel like Akayla's going to become that second mama. You know, like, oh, I delivered you, I can take you out.
Yeah, right?
You know, don't mess up.
And how amazing she is at 9 years old to step up and be just so, I'm going to do this. I got you, Mom. I'm going to do this. And you start thinking about the amazing things that your own kids do or some
do
kids that you've
amazing
seen in your neighborhood.
Yeah.
What's a story that you can share? Some amazing things that kids do. 800-447-7234. Call or text this morning.
Rob and Liz.
His morning crew.
You know, our little buddy Cooper gave up his snacks and asked his mom and dad if they would give to his radio. This was back last year. Cooper, I continue to stay in touch with him, and his mom reached out and said, myself and Cooper, we're putting together a 501c3, which is a
nonprofit, right?
Yeah, an organization. And what we started doing last year is just knitting hats. She was knitting hats, and they would leave them for homeless people around their area, and gloves. And then they started doing like underwear and socks and things like that. And so she felt God was telling them both to do more. And so what they did is they actually established that nonprofit, and it's called Hugs from the Hearts. And it's Teresa and Cooper that go out. She does all the knitting, and of course they get some donations and things like that. But they're going to get these necessities in the hands of people who absolutely will need them this winter.
That's great.
Is that not cool?
That is amazing.
And this, brainchild was inspired by Cooper, and Cooper getting involved and being part of it. Cooper's 9.
Cooper, you are amazing.
Exactly.
Amazing things that kids do. 800-447-7234.
Rob and Liz.
His morning crew.
Amy texted in and said, the things that my kids have done is that they prayed for me and their dad. They were lost. They were both on drugs, but their 5 kids went to church every week with their grandparents, and they would go down to the altar every single weekend, and they would pray for those parents.
Oh, that's great.
And now today, they're in church, and they're going to church with their kids.
For real. Good for them. Amy, thank
What?
you for texting that.
Yeah, that is so sweet.
Joe's here at 800-447-7234. Tell us about those amazing kids, Joe.
Well, I got 2 scary smart boys. Just going to brag on my youngest one right now. He taught himself how to write computer code, and he ended up on a team called Cyber Patriots. And what they did was the government took a bunch of computers, put regular programs on them, and installed 100 bugs in them. And these kids had, I think it was 4 hours to get as many bugs worked out of the computers as they could. And his team took 3rd in the region. He taught himself to do that.
What does that do to your daddy's heart?
I can't talk about him enough, both of them. They're both just scary smart. And the oldest one can draw just like somebody taking a picture. He's actually doing stuff for textbooks for school books.
And you know what? You might say he doesn't get it from me, either of your boys, but you have fostered some greatness in them, and I give you a lot of credit for allowing them to explore and do that kind of stuff and become the men that they are going to become.
I think they got most of it from their mama.
Got it from you too, my friend.
Rob and Liz.
His morning crew.
He's 4 months old. His name is Zane, and he was just announced yesterday as the new Gerber baby. And
Cute as a button.
Oh my goodness, he is so cute. And then his story is just fantastic. His parents are Michael and Aaron, young couple in their late 20s. When Aaron was 27, she had breast cancer. And so doctors were not sure if she was going to be able to have a child naturally. But, God did what he does. And so Zane is now here. He's 4 months old. And I think the story came into play in the fact that Zane is just the happiest little it seems like he's going to be a very outgoing child because
Yeah, right.
he's just smiley and he's got the biggest brown eyes and just a cutie. So the Gerber baby doesn't just get to be the face of Gerber for, I guess, the next year. They get some cash, $25,000.
Nice.
Yeah, they get that in cash.
Put it into a college fund, right?
Exactly, right. But they also get Gerber products. And then they're also going to make a donation to some organizations in the Gerber baby's name. So I think that's very,
Good
very
for
cool.
them.
Yeah.
Good for them. At first, I thought, why change?
Oh, because
And now hearing this story, I'm like,
Yeah.
okay, they picked the right one.
I know, because they choose a new one every year. I think the first one
They
was in
do?
like Yeah.
Oh, because I always have in my mind the picture, the drawing of that cute little baby that's like
Right.
what's she in her 70s or 80s now?
Something like that,
Yeah.
yeah. But I think that is kind of the logo for Gerber,
Okay.
the trademark that they always use on the baby foods and all.
Oh,
the
so
things.
every year they have a baby.
Right.
I get
He's
it.
going to
Okay.
model their Gerber wear, the little outfits and things like that. So he's going to be the face of the year, but I think she is the face forever.
Rob and Liz.
His morning crew.
Oh, Sam's along with us this morning at 800-447-7234. Good morning, Sam. What's going on?
I just wanted to reach out to tell you guys how his radio has spoken to me this morning. I've been struggling with back-to-back miscarriages in my life, and this morning you guys just had about the Gerber baby and how his mom God did what he did and defied all the odds, and she was able to eventually get pregnant, and I needed that this morning more than ever, and I felt like you guys might want to know how much it does speak to people when they need it.
I so love the fact that God used something like that on his radio to really reach into your heart today, to give you some hope.
Thank you. I know sometimes it's nice to hear whenever you guys say the right thing at the right time and it speaks to someone, so I wanted to reach out to let you know.
Yeah, I'm
Thank you.
speechless, Sam. Just that you've had to walk through this. A lot of women, have gone through that same thing, myself included. And it feels like you're in this dark place that you're never going to get out of, and you don't understand why, especially when you see other families with their babies. But just know God will bring you through.
Well, thank you.
You are loved, Sam. God's with you every step of the way
All right,
today.
thank you. Y'all have a good day.
Rob and Liz.
His morning crew.
There's some people that are called trail angels, and they're all up and down the Appalachian Trail from Maine to Georgia, hundreds and hundreds of miles. And so I don't know how good a chance it is that you'll run into them, but I hope so. So one lady is Michelle. Michelle and her husband, Dave, were going to rent some Airbnbs along the Appalachian Trail because their son was going to be hiking. And so Mom and Daddy wanted to be close. I totally get that.
Yeah, I would probably do the same thing, although I probably would want to do the trail.
Yeah, exactly.
Myself,
right.
honestly.
And maybe they did a little hiking, maybe not the full thing, but while they were out, they heard that there were trail angels that would leave food or mittens or different necessities along the way to help the hikers. And she thought that was such a great idea that she and her husband decided to do kind of the same thing. And a couple of things that they did. One night they had like a hot dog cookout, and they had about 50 hot dogs, and any of the hikers that came through, they hooked them up with the hot dogs and the sides, and had a little campfire thing going on.
Too bad they didn't run into their son on that one.
Wouldn't that have been very, very
It would
cool?
have been cool, but that's so neat
I know.
that they did that for
Yeah.
everybody who was walking by.
Right, and because they were out there for about 6 months along the Appalachian Trail, another time they did fried chicken. And
No, they did not.
they did.
They bring the bucket from KFC?
No, I think she fried it up herself.
Oh,
And
look at that, homemade.
I know. That's the way you want it. And then, so they've done some other things along the trail as well. But I had never heard of it, but it is a thing to do.
Trail Angels,
Yeah.
huh? Along the Appalachian Trail. I love that. And I want to know where they're cooking the next meal because I want to show up.
Rob and Liz.
His morning crew.
Big question on his morning crew. Rob and Liz, his radio this morning was, did TJ, our video producer, like Lizz's Ugly Bakery? Here's a snapshot of what happened earlier at 7:10.
I'm not a huge fan of whipped cream or anything like that.
Good grief.
What kind of... You said you didn't make the ice cream?
No, I did not make the ice cream.
What kind was it?
Just
Do you remember?
Vanilla bean.
Okay, it turned out he didn't like the type of ice cream brand that was inside. What did you call this cake?
It's a 4th of July or patriotic ice cream cake. So it's 2 layers of cake, middle is ice cream.
And it's red, white, and blue.
Yeah, it's red, white, and blue. It
The
looks
whole
like
cake.
the American flag.
It does. You cut into the cake. It looks like the American flag without the stars.
It actually was pretty.
Except the stars were on top of the cake.
Because I made them out of white chocolate, and then I used some like sprinkles, patriotic sprinkles, and that kind of thing. So, and whipped cream icing, which is delish.
Which it came down to the ice cream. TJ, we're sorry.
You know,
okay.
I mean, how can I make you happy ever if I have to keep in mind what you don't like and the brands you don't like? Come on, dude.
It's not really that hard. I mean, I only like one certain kind of thing, and that's processed.
I need like a CSI diagram with the strings so I know what
he likes and what he doesn't like.
Like, okay, here's where
Listen,
we converge.
I think Liz doesn't need to worry about pleasing TJ. Just make your stuff.
Yeah.
And you'll be okay.
Yeah. There's always one that, you know, kind of poo-poos on it.
Yeah. So we just, she said that on his radio.
I mean, yeah. It gives it a bad spin.
Yeah. She said poo-poos on it. Her words, not mine. It's okay. It's Mama Liz. She gets a pass on that.
Okay. All right.
But we'll just go up to the gas station and get the roller meat for him so he can have a hot dog.
Right? And
Just buy him hot dogs for now on.
And processed honey buns, I guess. That's
That's
what he
about
likes.
it. Liz's Ugly Bakery. You'll see the recipe, everything online, hisradio.com. Just click on Rob and Liz.
Rob and Liz.
His Morning Crew.
Justin is a guy that needs a job, man. He is a family man. He needs a job. He has tried. He's sent out resumes time after time after time, and he's just not getting anything. He's from Texas, and he had lost his job during the pandemic, and he said, look, I need to make at least $15 an hour just to survive. I got to find a job. So because he wasn't getting any play from his resumes at all, he ended up standing on a street corner with a sign. And it was basically his resume on this sign.
Oh, that's unique because you usually see somebody work for food or something like that, but
Right.
he's holding out his resume.
Right. He said, I'll basically do anything. I've got this much experience, but I just need to make $15 an hour. And so he said that some people will even pull up to him and try to give him money. And he's like, no, I don't want your money. And he won't take it. He said, I just need a job. I just need to help, someone to help me find a job.
Any good news yet?
He's had a couple of bites, which is
Okay.
pretty cool. People pull over and they have a conversation with him. He has had a couple of interviews, and so he's hoping that something turns into a job. But yeah, this is a very creative way, because he's not looking for that handout. He wants to work. And I love that he went and did this for his family.
I really hope. So this is Houston?
Yes, I believe it
Houston?
is. Yes.
Okay. I just picked a city in Texas.
I know. I think it's Houston. Yeah, I think so.
Okay, well, it's Texas.
Yeah.
So hopefully somebody where he lives in Texas will go, I got you.
I'm going to
Come work.
Right. He wants to be a technology contractor or something like that.
Oh, he's smart.
Yeah. I mean, he's a super smart guy. There's just not enough jobs, but he needs one.